Hi, my name is Maggie White, and this is me. I grew up in a little bitty town called Tracy City, Tennessee. Oh, and before I forget, these are my people. I absolutely love my town and all of the people that make it home. My lovely home, the place that helped shape me into the person I am today. It has a bit of a reputation for being one of the poorest counties in Tennessee. Growing up, I was fortunate enough to go to a private high school where I received a wonderful education and plenty of opportunities. I loved the opportunities St. Andrew's Sewanee School gave me, but I have to admit, it was hard at times to be from the place I call home. I constantly heard people, children and adults alike, make comments about my home. Even here at Sewanee, people have said, "Oh, you're from Grundy?" I simply just say, "Yes, I am," with a smile. I see this, and well, they see that. As I grew up from a little girl to a slightly older little girl, I soon discovered something about myself. I discovered that I love to help people. One excellent opportunity I had in high school was to travel to Kingston, Jamaica, and work in Trenchtown in a community center called Boys Town. It's a place where children can go after school and get tutoring help or to simply be in a safe place. I would split the day. I would work half a day in the school and the other half I would help outside with whatever project we were working on. What I loved the most was building connections with the local people. Connections in the school, or when Kevin was teaching me how to lay concrete blocks for a wall. I knew that I had fallen in love with service. When I felt so much love for these individuals, I thought for sure my heart would burst. I went back the next year, and they remembered me. After seeing how close of a community I witnessed in Jamaica, I wanted to be more involved, and so I started volunteering at the food bank every second Saturday of every month in Monteagle, Tennessee. I started to build my own connections and to build relationships. Through Sewanee and the Canale program, I was able to not only find myself, but I was able to start working in my very own community. Finally. This summer, I was able to work in my community as a summer Vista through the AmeriCorps program, and I worked at Growing Roots. I have had the opportunity to not only work at Growing Roots this summer, but my senior year as well for my Canale site. Growing Roots is a nonprofit whose goal is to work with food accessibility and provide my community a space to access fresh produce. This summer, Emily and I would set up at the old high school where locals would have the dollar auction. We would give away the vegetables we had been growing that past week. I loved making new and different connections within my community. It didn't really change my perspective because I live in this town, but it made me love my town more because I was able to connect on a different level. I say a different level because in day-to-day life, I just lived beside all of them as a neighbor. I hadn't really worked in my community like that before. I was able to interact in a different capacity, and that is when I discovered what I wanted to do with my life. I want to go to physician assistant school and one day open a clinic in my town so I can help them even more. I think that I am perfect for this role because I won't be viewed as an outsider who has pity for them or that I view them as less than. After reflecting on my life thus far and seeing what is important to me, I have found that connecting and helping other people is what matters to me. Truly helping others, working beside them, not for charity or because I feel sorry for them, but because if I were in a situation where I needed or wanted help, I hope they would do the same for me.